Hello and welcome to episode lucky number 13 of the Console Space podcast, the podcast where we get together and talk about what's going on in the console space. As always, I'm your host, Sean Colangelo, joined by co-host and co-producer, John Jacob Jingleheimer. I screwed that up.
No.
Jonathan Porter.
That's right.
What's going on, Jimmy?
It's going good, Sean.
Good. Also, as usual, he wasn't here. It was a while ago that you were.
There was an episode where you weren't here.
There was an episode where you weren't here. I actually don't even think we've gotten to get together since then.
Mm-hmm.
You were DJing a birthday party. By the way, the raddest dad, you wish you had Rob Kettlewell.
Why wouldn't he DJ a birthday party?
How was that? Did you play Freebird?
No, I didn't play Freebird.
You didn't play Freebird?
No.
Why not?
I figured you would have had a place in between the recorded songs where you played Freebird.
Oh, no. It was actually it was a 10-year-old's birthday party. So after I was done, because you have to play like Kesha and like Pitbull, because that's what 10-year-olds like, is hearing songs about like drinking and partying. So like while they were like eating cake, I like got out my acoustic guitar and I just like slowly played like Tuesday's Gone with the Wind.
Okay.
And it was very, very great.
All right.
They're
eating, the main point of the celebration, they're eating the cake.
Yeah.
They're cutting it. They're saying happy birthday, and you're like, wait, Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, I really wanted the 10-year-olds to face their own mortality.
Okay.
And really get that great song from Leonard Skinner.
That works too, but you also could have played by Ken, just All We Are Is Dust in the Wind.
Oh,
That would have been even more
that.
hey kids,
I didn't have anyone to harmonize with me, so
we're all going to die one
You
day.
didn't have a pedal with you?
No.
Okay.
Should have got the looper pedal. And
Right. You
did
could have
that.
did all the octaves yourself.
Yeah.
Loop-de-loop and pull. Your
All right.
shoes are looking cool.
That
Mine
one-
are.
that one
I have
off the
new
rope.
Chucks.
Oh my god.
Need to get them a little dirtier. But all in due time.
Yeah, you look like a chud with
I know.
brand new white chucks.
Don't even look
You know
real.
what? They're when I put these on, they were so clean. I actually thought about intentionally making them more dirty, but then I thought that would be even douchier. So I didn't.
It's like buying a pair of ripped jeans.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I ripped my pants. So now we will. I do want to ask you guys what you're playing, but first I want to say this is actually kind of a sad episode. Not really sad, but this actually is the first time that I've had to repeat shirts. I ran out of gaming shirts. I have more than I should. So to distract the viewer, I put my hat on backwards, but now I outed myself there.
Okay.
So now everyone just knows.
So everyone knows you have 12 shirts.
That's all I own. Exactly 12.
It's episode 13.
Right, that's it. But I mean, I doubt you can tell from there. But this is a Horizon shirt. This is this is what I wore on the first episode.
You should make it a point to buy 2 more shirts, because then you get 2 full weeks of shirts of gaming shirts. I know you got other shirts, but of gaming shirts.
There are probably a few on the on the old PlayStation Gear store that I wouldn't mind having. So maybe I'll go look at that.
Yeah.
At any rate, what I'm getting at is don't look at me, look at them or my hat.
I've seen that. Rob's worn that shirt.
Dude, I wear the same clothes every week. I don't care.
On that note, Gables, what are you playing?
I'm playing Monster Hunter World.
Boy, are we.
Yeah, I know you are too.
Oof, it's bad.
I think it was on last podcast or the one before I was talking about. I also started Horizon. I ended up putting that off because I just got into it. I was like, I'll stop right there. I'll come back to that because Monster Hunter World just came out, and I just wanted to get in on that while it was still new.
And if you're playing it even around the rate that I am, you have time for nothing else at all. So
I'm not playing it. I know I'm not playing it quite as much as you, but I still like to focus on one game at a time when I can.
Yeah.
One or two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
I hear you.
Yeah, it's been really cool though. Some of the older Monster Hunter games I couldn't get into the combat.
Oh yeah, we talked about that last episode. I think a bit,
okay.
but no, but
Yeah.
in that realm, I don't think we really talked about. On top of the fact that we were always kind of put off by the gameplay,
Yeah.
just the platforms they were on. I mean, a lot of people actually don't know. Monster Hunter actually began. I think it was like 2004 on the PS2 or something like that. And it wasn't really that great, but kind of amassed like this cult following to it. But then after that, probably because it was mostly successful in Japan, they were all like handheld games.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so
There was the first one I ever played was on the Wii. It Monster Hunter 3. I don't know if it was also on PS2 or not.
Okay,
but it was
honestly, I don't think it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't think it was.
So that was the first one I played, and then after that they went. I think 4 was just on handheld on 3DS.
I think 4 might have been on the Wii U
Oh, okay.
as well. Because I had the demo.
So basically just on 3DS.
Well, that's the
I'm
thing is that nobody really played the Wii U.
I feel like I know everyone.
I love the Wii U.
Yeah, yeah.
But I understand why it
Right.
didn't really succeed. But anyway, yeah. I mean, this is the first one that's just really kind of on like mainstream, like. Well, the ironic thing now is that they actually Capcom they just recently came out and said it's not going to the Switch.
Oh, okay.
So it's like because because it went through phases of being on the PSP and then the like 3DS stuff like that, and I mean much of its success was on Nintendo platforms, and ironically enough, now this one has shipped I think like 6 million units, and it's not on a Nintendo platform.
That's
so that's kind of ironic, but
yeah, I think it's Capcom's like fastest selling game now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, which is insane because I feel like I don't know how they expected it to sell, but I feel like
that for sure.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't think that Monster Hunter was going to be such a big title.
No.
I think it's kind of like The Last Witcher. Well, it just kind of like blew up.
Oh,
Everyone's
yeah,
like, this game's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
It is amazing. Well, goddamn, I love that game.
I know Capcom, like with one of the Resident Evil games, I think it was 6, like it sold like a ton of copies, and they're still like, well, it didn't sell what we thought it would sell. Like every time something of Capcom sells like 1 billion copies, it's like, well, we wanted it to sell 2 billion. So I'm glad that they're like, hey, this game sold really well. Yeah.
Do you remember the game Deep Down?
I remember seeing it at like E3 or whatever.
I have a theory that that game just became Monster Hunter. Because like it was kind of similar, and I remember they were like really emphasizing the game's co-op.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, that's obviously, obviously probably not what happened. But I was kind of thinking about it before. I was like, wait a minute. Whatever happened to Deep Down? I was like, it's kind of similar. It's like you hunt big monsters with your friends.
Yeah,
like I don't know. It's funny, but
yeah. I mean, it's hard to say. I don't remember hearing anything about that game after.
it looked great.
That, yeah.
And then they just didn't. They were like, yeah, we don't. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like I think they last showed it off at maybe like Tokyo Game Show, like 2015 maybe, something like that, and then it was just never heard from again. But I think it just became Monster Hunter, so
could be.
It's possible. But so I assume that's pretty much all you're playing because of time it takes.
Yes.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
Rabia?
I've been playing a lot. Haven't been playing a lot. I played Stardew Valley for a few hours the other day, and then I freaking balled out in a round of Call of Duty the other night and went 22-3, which I am bragging about because it was awesome.
And that's even harder because like Rob was on like the old
old
servers with all the really good like Asian
Yeah.
kids
Yeah.
and shit.
Black Ops 1.
And it's like, yeah.
It's rough. 22 and 3 on the firing range. Look me up. Sean, what have you been playing?
Monster Hunter, that's it. I'm it's bad, dude. I'm 90 hours. 90
man.
hours deep in the Monster Hunter.
Have you looked at the trophies to see like how difficult it is to platinum the game?
No. I can imagine though.
There's a couple that are pretty time consuming.
Well, I won't spoil too much. Once you do actually beat the main story and everything, it appears like you have these quests where you have to fight monsters that are tempered, which
okay,
really just means that they're harder.
right.
And I try one of those where you have to fight two. So there's a monster that you probably haven't encountered yet. But basically, like, it's this flying. Well, it's not so high, right?
Yeah.
This like flying bird dragon that like will drop like explosives on you.
Okay.
This thing is literally actually worse than most of the elder dragons in the game. It's terrible to fight.
Are the explosives like eggs?
Yeah. Well, you can say that.
Like explosive eggs?
I like to think it's poop.
Yeah.
I like to think that he poops all over you and then you catch on fire.
Okay.
But I don't really know what it is. Maybe it's better that way.
Might not ever know.
We might not ever know. But
No, they're gonna come out with like a handbook that lists like every animal and like everything about them.
well, it probably already exists.
Probably.
But I honestly think it's the worst enemy in the game. And the first quest after you beat the game is to
Fight a harder one.
two at the same time.
Wait, there's
two
more,
at the same time.
There's more quests after you beat the
Yes.
game?
Yeah, there's like
You actually
there's,
beat it, like,
story
3 times.
quests. It's like you're in a hub area and there's like story quests that you go on, and then there's like optional quests and
Yeah.
things
There's
that.
like
So it can keep you on for however long you want it to, really.
they're like three-thirds of the game, right? One time, so when you go through the first time, it's called low rank.
Mm-hmm.
And you beat it, and you're like, oh, you beat the game, and they're like, just kidding. So then you go to high rank, and it's like way harder. Once you beat high rank, you do actually like complete the main story of the game and beat it. But then they're like, but there's still more shit. And the first.
So it's like you're doing different stuff. You're not just like prestiging and doing the same
No.
stuff.
I mean,
It's like almost, it's sort of MMO like, to where there's like after, okay, maybe you beat all the story missions, but let's go fight a boss with your friends and stuff like that. So you can,
Okay.
yeah.
it's the multiplayer is kind of woven into the story.
Right. But yeah, the first quest after you actually do beat the game, you have to fight 2 tempered versions at the same time of what I think, and many others would probably agree, is the hardest monster in the game. and I did it once and I was like, and I mean, I have like some of the best equipment in the game and was getting like almost like one-shotted by these guys. And I'm just like, so right now I'm really just trying to make all the equipment that I want to, which I mostly have already done. Not a whole lot for me to do. I do. It's kind of relieving that, I've hit that point where I'm like, okay, I, can kind of like not like have to constantly like keep playing this game now. Like I'm definitely going to keep up with it, but like just for example, last night, like, for the first time in a few weeks, did manage to play Assassin's Creed for like an hour. So, but yeah, that game is it's a time vortex, man. It's like it's very time consuming. I don't get sucked into games like that very often, but when I do, that's it. Like I get home from work and then I'm on like way too late, and then I'm like, oh, I should probably sleep for at least like 5 hours before I go back to work. It's brutal. But that's pretty much it. I actually did receive my copies of the remakes of Shadow of the Colossus and Secret of Mana. I wanted to secure those because because they were both limited runs. I figured they would probably sell out. Ironically, I'm not even going to get to either of them probably for a good while.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure that I had copies of them. But
I want to get a copy of Shadow of the Colossus for sure.
Last I looked on Amazon, I'm pretty sure they're still out there. So you probably won't have that hard of a time getting them. It's not. I think because it's a remake, it's not going to be gone like that.
Yeah.
That quickly. But
I'm not. Part of me wants to get The Secret of Mana Remake 2 just for collectors' purposes, but I don't really like the art style that they went with, so I'm kind of like, eh.
A lot of people have been disappointed with that game, saying that like it's not terrible or whatever. It just kind of didn't need to happen.
Yeah.
I just knew that the only way that you could secure an actual copy was at GameStop, so I said screw it. But because the reviews of it aren't super great, you'll probably be able to get a physical copy if you really want one. So I wouldn't really fret too much about it. But,
yeah, I'll think about it.
Yeah.
I just bought a copy of the game Nier for PS3.
That's nice. I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, because Nier Automata is the new one for PS4.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
I bought the first one for PS3 because I've been wanting to play it for a long time. I wanted to play it before Automata, so I'll have to let you know how that is too.
Yeah, I played Automata and it was awesome. It for some reason just like didn't really captivate me personally, but it's a great game.
Okay.
So,
I'll see. I know there's supposed to be some interesting kind of twists and turns in it that are unexpected. So
yeah, like I almost hear it's almost very like Metal Gear like.
yeah, that's what I hear too. So I'm excited for that.
It's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, of course, you're talking about Metal Gear Survive, which I think actually did that come out?
I think so. Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna buy it, obviously.
I'm not either, but
I don't know.
yeah, I think it is out. Yeah.
And whatever.
I'm
not giving Konami my money.
Right.
It's
Same
not
here,
gonna happen. So, damn you, Konami. They're like the Japanese EA.
Oh wow, they are. Yeah.
Ugh.
Except for they kind of are. They just don't make as many games. Because I was gonna say they are, except for that they don't own as many titles, but they actually own a lot of titles.
They own a good bit of shit.
They just don't make anything anymore.
Yeah, they just whatever. Yeah. Screw them. Screw EA. Don't even get me started, Jables. This is not that kind of episode. I want to be happy today. I'm just kidding. On that note, let's shift to our main topic. So I know we recapped what we loved about 2017. We talked about what we're looking forward to in 2018. So this will slightly be rehashing 2018, but I just didn't really realize how good this year looks for games. I mean, we did obviously, like I said, we did slightly touch on it, but I was just like, wow, it's going to be a great year. I mean, we began with Monster Hunter, which obviously is like lighting the world on fire right now. My next one up would probably be Far Cry 5. That is, that comes out in only like a month-ish, I think.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be a big one, obviously. About a month after that, be the new God of War, which is going to looks awesome as well. We can expect Detroit Become Human will drop sometime in the spring as well. Obviously, there's a lot,
that could be hit or miss.
Yeah.
Well, Quad Extremes game, it's not going to sell like insanely well or whatever. Their games are obviously very niche or niche, depending on how you want to say that word, I guess. But it looks like it's going to be, even if their games are bad, like a lot of people thought Beyond was, they're still always very interesting and just weird.
Yeah.
And I like it. So on top of that, we're still, obviously waiting on a lot of release dates from Sony for like Spider-Man and like Days Gone and things like, which like still could possibly drop in 2018. And then you look at Nintendo, it's like probably going to get it's supposedly we're going to get the new Pokemon game sometime this year. The new Metroid game might drop this year. You look more toward the fall, and you got Red Dead, which is now confirmed. I don't think we touched on that last episode. It is confirmed.
100% confirmed by Rockstar.
October 26th.
Something like that.
That's probably going to be the game of the year. You also look at Microsoft. I mean, they weren't possibly going to have a worse year than last year because it was really bad in 2017. But they got Sea of Thieves to look forward to, which is actually, I think there was they had an open beta for that, and it was very, very good feedback. You have Crackdown 3, you have State of Decay 2. So I mean, for all three big companies, it's looking like it's going to be a really, really good year. But for me personally, the cherry on top is there are rumblings within the industry that Spyro the Dragon, coming back.
Ooh.
Much in the vein of the Crash Insane trilogy, rebuilt from the ground up for the PS4. Really, like, ever since Crash was released, there were always like rumors of that. I always thought it was just like because for whatever reason, Crash and Spyro have always kind of been associated with each other. Wasn't there even a Game Boy game where they were like mixed in the same universe or something like that? So they're just both very iconic, like PS1 platformers. And so those rumors have been around for almost a year now, but I just always kind of assumed it was more, fans wishful thinking than actually going to happen. But when you consider Crash sold like 2+ million copies, Activision's probably looking at that like, we could probably do the same thing with Spyro. And if they can, they're going to do it because they're going to make a lot of money on it. So this was actually a report from IGN, which was so it came from Kotaku, but then it was confirmed by IGN and like all kinds of different sources. But it's pretty much saying that there are rumors that the trilogy of Spyro is being remastered and supposedly coming to PS4 in Q3 of this year. And they are expected to reveal that announcement sometime next month, so I guess March at some time. And they're saying that it's a 1-year deal for being exclusive to PlayStation. Probably the same thing with Crash. I guess we'll see here in a couple of months if Crash will end up on other platforms. It probably will, but that's not really a big deal. So I guess basically what I want to know is, are you guys pumped for that? What do you think of that? Do you think it will do as well as Crash?
I'm definitely excited for it. I used to really like they're remaking the first 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and those are the best. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
pretty much.
I don't know. I'm excited for it. I don't know. Did you played those games a lot? When you were
Oh
younger?
God, yeah. Oh, dude, I love Spyro.
Yeah.
The first Spyro is one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Mhm.
Like, just absolutely love it.
Yeah. I think it'll be cool to revisit those.
Yeah.
I don't know. Most remakes I don't get like super stoked about, but I'm excited to go back to and play Spyro.
Well, they overdo the remakes for sure. But I think when you go that far back, it makes
Right.
sense because
Right.
because it's been so long. It's not like we it's not like we just played these games last year now and they're like, here's
Right.
the definitive edition. I'm like, we just played this game.
Yeah.
Like whatever. But Rabia, what do you think?
I mean, I'm not really excited about it. I mean, I played those games when they came out, but I could see from like a business perspective what they want to do is introduce these characters to like new generations of people that weren't playing games 20 years ago or weren't even alive,
Right.
and be like, hey, these games are cool, and then maybe come out with new games. If they drop a new title, that's when I would get excited. But I can see what they're doing. They're like laying like the groundwork to maybe release new titles.
Right.
That would be cool.
Now that's a double-edged sword though, because I don't know that I trust Activision with making an actual good like new installment of a Crash or
true.
Spyro franchise.
That's true.
I just don't think it would be as good. I mean, it's obviously the safe bet just to remake games that they know that we love,
Yeah.
rather than, I mean, you know, look at Ukulele.
Yeah.
It was I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just very eh.
Hmm.
And I feel like the same thing would probably happen. But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, it's hard to say.
you know, they might end up taking a crack at that. It'll be interesting to see, obviously. But
You know what I want? A Glover remaster.
Dude.
That would be amazing. Where's my Glover remaster? Want it.
Waiting on that.
I would only want it if you could buy a limited edition with glove flavored candy. Ew, glove flavor. That's the. I'm just, sorry. That's the only way.
I got my glove action figure. Yeah, I do think that is the coolest part. Like you're saying, a lot of people that have never played those games before will be able to play them, and they won't have to worry about them, pulling out a PS1 in order to play them.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Spyro in particular, I love Spyro. I played Spyro, and it probably sounds dumb, but I played Spyro so much that even though like
Same.
it's been so many years since I've played them, it's still like I've already done everything you can do in those games.
Oh, same,
so it's
yeah.
like, I don't know
But still,
if I want to jump back in or not.
dude, I
But,
have it on my. I have the first Crash and the first Spyro on my Vita.
Oh yeah.
So like
Hmm.
anywhere I go, I'm just like, yeah, Spyro.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, I just always loved those games. Now, let me ask you this: do you think it'll do as well as Crash? Because, I mean, I'd have to look at sales numbers. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, Crash was the was like the mascot of the PS1 back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I would think Crash was probably apt for some more mainstream success. I don't think Spyro is like too far behind, but I don't know that it'll be quite the same sales figures. What do you think?
Honestly, because I was wondering about that, and I think it has the potential to do even better.
Really?
Yeah, because even though Crash was, I don't know how they sold back then. I always imagined Crash as being the bigger mascot.
Again, I don't know, but Crash probably did sell more.
I think
Probably.
towards the end of the the original PlayStation, I think Spyro was more of the mascot than Crash.
Comment down below what you think.
Yeah. Crash vs. Spyro.
Yeah.
Tell us who you got.
But I think, like Rob said, a whole new generation of people playing it. I think Spyro it's not as linear of a game as Crash. Like Crash is like, here's the level, go from here to here. Spyro is a little bit more open, going to levels that are bigger. It's like, it's almost a more modern feeling game, I guess. And Spyro was in Skylanders. So a lot of kids who weren't playing games back then, they might not know Crash, but they already know Spyro.
That's a good point.
So
Yeah.
there's an opportunity there for a lot of people to buy that, even more so than Crash, possibly.
Yeah, I can see that. Did you know there's apparently a Spyro Netflix show that I guess is like really awful.
No, I did not know that.
I haven't watched it, but I guess that's Now, in the same vein,
And the other thing I was going to say was I feel like there's always a little bit of like, man, it'd be cool if Crash came back, like amongst like gamers. And I feel like after that came out, I feel like as soon as that came out, everyone was like, okay, there's Crash, now where's Spyro? And I
Yeah,
feel like
that's
there's
the
been
thing.
this like,
Yeah.
okay, we want Spyro. So
Right.
there's a lot of hype for it too. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I really think it went from like fan wishful thinking to like it seems like it actually is going to happen now. So
Yeah.
that's a good point. Now in that same vein, not too long after I read that, I read a report claiming that Activision has said openly that they have a 5-year plan for Crash. So supposedly we're going to get even more Crash. The current rumor is that the next one will be a remake of Crash Team Racing, which a lot of people wanted that to be, included, in the first one.
You said they're going to remake Crash Team Racing, or
supposedly.
They should do Crash Team Racing and Crash Bash together.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I would be pumped for a remaster or a remake of Crash Team Racing if it had like the original tracks, but then it was like, all right, here's like 12 new tracks too, and online.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Online functionality.
Yeah, if you don't have online, you're dead in the water.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
Just
And
make
new
it
tracks.
compatible.
You need
with
new
online.
tracks.
Dude, it would be really cool to just have them release like a party game of like Crash Team Racing and Crash Bash.
Online Crash Bash?
Online.
Oh,
yeah.
dude. Wow.
That prints its own money.
I hope you guys are listening to us. Because
Prince
you're
money.
printing money here.
Because I like the Crash Bandicoot games. I haven't bought the remaster yet. I might get it eventually. If they release that, I'd get that as soon as possible.
Fun fact. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, and if they do that, they should release a demo disc at Pizza Hut, like they did back in the day.
Yes.
Oh my god.
There was a deal. I think it might have been Crash. It's either Crash Bash or Crash Team Racing. One of those two, I believe, had like a promotion at Pizza Hut where you bought pizza and you got a demo disc. Or you bought some kind of deal. Maybe it's like a couple pizzas and you got a free demo for one of those games.
That's crazy.
Did you know that the first Crash game that was not made by Naughty Dog was Crash Bash?
Oh, really?
Yep. I didn't even think that they made Crash Team Racing,
Yeah.
and they did. What can't they do? They can make Uncharted. They can make kart racers.
I didn't know that they didn't make Crash Bash. Do you know who made Crash Bash?
I don't, but I'm almost positive that is the case, and that was the first one that was not them.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that would be perfect. Two, multiplayer centric games that you could just make, like online compatible.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But again, supposedly Activision was quoted saying that they had a 5-year plan for Crash.
Yeah.
So whether that means Crash Team Racing or
Or just a new game.
that tells me that Rob is probably right in the sense that they will probably take a crack at their own installment in the franchise.
Right.
And that could be very hit or miss. That could be great or it could be really bad.
I don't know what the last one that they made was. So they had
it wasn't good, whatever it was. It was bad.
I'm sure.
Like one of the ones like
they had Twin Sanity. Or
yeah,
whatever.
it was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all very, very mediocre. So, Activision, they don't seem like when I think of Activision, I don't think of platformers. But maybe I'm just
Right now, I just think Call of Duty.
Yeah, you just think COD.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they make a new installment of like Crash, I think it'd be interesting to see like how they go, if they go like linear platformer or if they make it a little more open world. Because I think that'd be very bold to just go like linear platformer in this day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you play like Twin Sanity and some of the newer?
I
Crash games?
played them, not extensively.
Were they kind of just linear platformers, or were they a little bit more?
I'm pretty sure they were still, pretty much the same deal.
Okay.
But
See-
it's been so long, and I really didn't play them very much.
Yeah. It's hard for me to picture Crash any other way, so I guess I don't know what they would do. So
Yeah.
Maybe they do like a combination where it'd be like open world, and then you would like enter like the beginning of the stage, and then it would like turn into a platformer, like for that like run, and then it would turn back into open world or something.
Yeah.
They could try to do like almost like Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
They could. It would probably be more like a combination of things like they do like in the newer Sonic games.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I don't know what the best option would be.
yeah.
If they should just make it, here's just a Crash game, and it's new, or if they should try to innovate some crazy like new thing for it. I don't know.
Yeah. Should be interesting. Again, I really think that they overdo a lot of these remakes and remasters, but I think once a game's old enough, once a game's been on the shelf for so long, I think it works and can be successful, and I think the Insane trilogy was a prime example of that. I mean, I don't think anybody would have imagined that would sell over 2 million units.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty impressive for So
I do hope that I feel like they wouldn't. I feel like a lot of time, but I would like them to add something. Like I like when they remake a game, and I don't want them to change like the core game, but to have like, okay, here's the main game, and on top of that, if you want to continue, here's some extra things. I think that's really cool. I think it'd be awesome if Crash Team Racing, here's the original Crash Team Racing. Okay, you beat the game, here's some new tracks. I think that stuff's really cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of the time they're like, well, we don't have to do that, so we're not going to. So, but
Yeah.
Yeah, like Shadow of the Colossus, that remake that just came out. I mean, it's the same game that it always was, but they added another collectible to it. And I don't know what happens when you get all those new collectibles, but I was like, I thought that was cool. It's like, it's same game, but here's this extra thing. You don't have to worry about it at all if you don't want to, but it's something, if you're someone who played the game a lot already, here's something new for you to do. I thought that was cool.
You know what, Activision? I'll even help out your wallet. You release Crash Team Racing, and then you make the extra tracks freaking DLC. More tracks? $15. I'll pay it. So will everybody else.
Yep.
So will everybody freaking else. Just do it. Just do it. And on that note, we're gonna end. Well, have our last segment, but just do it, Activision. Just do it.
Activision Blizzard.
Just do it. James?
All right, so our last segment is we read the back of an old game case because they're really ridiculous, and they're funny to read.
It's awesome.
So I got Spec Ops Ranger Elite. This is one of the worst games ever. It's made by Take-Two. Well, it's at least published by Take-Two Interactive. I can't see who else is involved because their logos are garbage.
Nobody important.
But developed by Runecraft. Okay. So Spec Ops, it's like a game. It's a third-person like shooter. The worst part about it is that before you go on any mission, there's this big open inventory screen. It's like you're in a helicopter or something, or a van or something, and there's all these weapons, all these different. It's a lot of things to choose from. It's like, wow, this is really cool. You get all these different weapons. You can just pick what you want before you go on a mission. You get different kinds of grenades, all this stuff. No matter what you pick, everything sucks. It's all the same. You can't really tell the difference between anything that you picked. It's all garbage. So, Spec Ops Ranger Elite. Live a life of danger as an elite ranger.
Oh, wow. I'm sold.
Yeah. New tactical... This is a sequel, by the way. New tactical missions feature international foreign policy hotspots. Each chillingly realistic environment, staged in a different foreign land. Specialized troops load out for one-player or two-player split-screen battles. An arsenal of weaponry and explosives to frag the enemy on sight. So that's the back of the case. you're gonna be chilled when you see how real each environment is. You're gonna get cold, and there's a huge arsenal of weaponry and explosives, and these troops are specialized. So, and
I think that's what Spec Ops means.
oh yeah, so this is a sequel. The other game, I have one of the other ones over there. I think there's like 2 or 3, or 4, and it's basically like just different level packs. They all play the same. There's just a couple different levels. They have like same stupid inventories. It's just they split like levels into a couple different games, and they're all really bad.
Well, Robian?
All right, I've got Martian Gothic Unification.
Yes.
Here we go. Oh, it's by Take-Two Interactive.
Oh, it's also by Take-Two.
Also by Take-Two Interactive.
We took 2,
right.
take 2.
What was that game rated? T or M?
T.
T. Oh, that's by Take-Two too?
Yeah.
Oh, how about that? All right, this is rated M for blood and gore and violence. If you send a man craft, warn the crew, stay alone, stay alive. Martian Gothic Unification is a spine-tingling action-adventure on a cold and isolated planet. Your 3-member team descends upon the derelict Vita base located on Mars, quickly realizing the ancient nightmare that awaits. The investigation becomes a battle to stay alive as the team uncovers the mystery of Vita base until finally confronting the appalling secret hidden deep underground, a secret older than humanity itself. It literally says product features. Third-person suspense and horror seamlessly combines enthralling action and absorbing adventure. Who wrote this? Like a creative writing major? Like, all right. Selective control of 3 specialized characters working as remote members of the same team. Explore diverse locations ranging from Vita base to the Martian surface to deep beneath the red planet! ! Interactive music score delivers a dark and macabre. How do you say it? Macabre experience. Yeah. Yeah. It looks cool.
It
Looks cool.
Yeah.
Probably
so
isn't.
it looks cool. It sounds, well, not from that, but it sounds cool when you hear the premise of it. It plays like Resident Evil, but you can switch between characters anytime. Your characters are at different parts of the base.
Ooh.
So you'll open a door as one person, so you can go through with another person. So that it's like, okay, that's pretty cool. It's like a horror game, multiple characters, switching between them. And if your characters enter the same room with each other, then whatever this entity is on the base, if they enter the same room, they all get sucked together and morphed into one thing, and you die.
Wow.
So all that right there is like, that sounds like a pretty cool game. It plays like Resident Evil 1, but worse. It's like the attacks,
But worse.
your like default attack is this little kick, and it's like real weak, and it doesn't do anything, and everything's real limited, like even more so than Resident Evil. So it's just
looks like Resident Evil plays like Doom.
I don't know. I don't even know what to compare it to, the actual way it feels. It feels awful. But
Kind of like my ex-wife.
in this Spec Ops game, so this isn't a greatest hits edition. As far as I know, this is like the first release. It has an ad in the beginning that says also available right now is another Spec Ops game. And I have a theory. Like, my theory is that they split levels into different games. They made one game and they split it up. That's my theory. So the other one is listed in here is Spec Ops Stealth Patrol, and I just wanted to read it. It says also available, and it's only $9.99.
$10.
The original
Yeah.
DLC.
Wow.
Yeah, so I really think that they should just split things up and then just make it a little bit cheaper and put it on different discs for some reason. But I just wanted to read. It says Spec Ops Stealth Patrol, and it says the enemy is expecting you tomorrow. You're already there.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
So what is it, like freaking
Oh, way
Edge of Tomorrow?
yeah. I assume it's technically the same franchise, but way later they made Spec Ops The Line, which was actually supposed to be a really good game.
Right.
It has the same name, so I assume it's like the same like IP, just like different people making it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But these ones are bad.
Don't play those ones.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, we will put a bow on this bad boy, whatever that means. As always, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and comment, all that stuff. Thumbs up, thumbs down, depending on what you thought. Also, make sure you keep an eye out for our weekly sports segment called Game Day Gameplay. And guess we'll do it again next week, boys.
We'll see.
We'll talk to you then.